Hi there, I'm Chad Alan Wandel, and this is DJ TV. In this episode, I'm going to answer a question that came in through the YouTube site, and it was a very relevant question because I know a lot of people out there are probably thinking the exact same thing. And this question from the user is, do I really need to go through all of this business stuff if I'm only going to do this part-time or if I'm only going to be an independent contractor? And quite frankly, the really straight and short answer to that is yes. Yes, you do. Now, you might be asking yourself, why? What's in it for me? Why should I really go through all this problems, set up all this stuff, and take the time to do this? And the short response to that secondary question would simply be money. Got your attention yet? Think about it. These companies are probably going to be sending you 1099s no matter who you're dealing with. If you go work for another DJ company and they send you out, if you're working for an entertainment agency and they send you out, or if you go out to some places where you've signed contracts, they're going to send you 1099s as well. And what this means is the IRS is going to be getting reports on you operating a business saying, hey, you have income that is here that's not reported on a W-2, it's reported through a 1099 miscellaneous form, which automatically flags you if you're not including this in your IRS documents, your tax return. They're going to know right off the bat because it's part of what you have to file as a Schedule C, line 12 right there, profit loss from business right on your 1040. Tax day was yesterday, so trust me, I'm very aware of all of this headache. But the real point here is, if you're just doing this part-time or you're just doing this as an independent contractor, whatever, even if you only do 10 events a year, 4 events a year, 1 event a year really, it's worth it to you to do this because, one, you get to take advantage of some tax breaks. And anything you do to promote yourself, driving to and from events, buying gear, maintaining your music, everything, that's all tax write-off. It's all of it, every inch of it. So it's advantageous to you to go ahead and file the documents to initiate that so you can legally file that Schedule C as part of your business and then write off, your deductions against the income. Why pay taxes? Why? Why pay taxes on income that you have legal deductions to take away from it? I'm not a big fan of giving the IRS money that I earned, so I would rather keep that myself and buy me a new piece of gear or some extra education. So do your diligence. Go file your documentation, get your paperwork, and get it done. It's cheap. Seriously, $20, somewhere around the $20 mark, 10 minutes, sub-courthouse, you're done. That easy, really. I'm not kidding here. It's really that easy. So if you want a list of some of the things that you can take advantage of, well, for starters, if you don't have an office and you work from your home, there's a deduction for that. You can take business use of your home. Now be careful, there's some caveats there about depreciation of your home. Don't take that one. Don't depreciate the value of your home because then you have to pay sales tax on your home later. Don't do that. You get to write off mileage. I mentioned this one earlier, but you get to write off your mileage anywhere you go. You go to the store to get paper for your printers. Track it. You go to wherever, it doesn't matter. If it's business related, you write it down, you track it, you log it, and you get paid for it off your income. You can take deductions for all your gear. And what's really great is there's some kind of neat things that you can do with anything you buy. That first year you buy it, you can deduct the entire amount of it if you want to, or you can depreciate it over time, which could be really beneficial in a startup where you might not have a lot of income up front, but you might have income in the next 3 or 4 years. Usually the third year of a startup is one of your biggest growth years. So you could depreciate over time to take advantage of some of that tax break in the future. So it can help you offset some income that you might have in the future, which is great. If you have a huge income problem in the first year and you need to get rid of some of it, it's called taking Section 179. Take it, deduct it off, reduce your tax liability. Don't pay more than you owe. You pay your fair share. Don't pay anything more than that. That's fair. Your music subscription, anything you go buy, and I always get hit with somehow my clients tend to want that one song that's on that album that can only be bought if you buy the whole album. Gotta love that, even in today's world of iTunes. But it's tax deductible. Take advantage of that situation. And then lastly, all the association meetings that you might go to, if you're not a member, think about joining it. You can learn a lot. I can't even begin to tell you how much I learned when I first joined the American Disc Jockey Association and started going to the local chapter, the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter of the American Disc Jockey Association. My business went through the roof after I joined that association because of all the information I was learning and networking with other DJs that have been there and done it and paid the dues. And I was learning what dues I should be paying. You know, why rework the wheel? Let them help you. They want to help you. DJs really do want to help, despite what many people may think. They really do want to help. And then any conferences you go to. If you've ever been to Mobile Beat, or there's one called Arms DJ in Tennessee, or the American Disc Jockey Association just put on their first summer conference in Chicago. There's a lot of different conferences out there that you can go to, and guess what? You can write them off. It's a tax deduction. So if you get $10,000 in 1099s, why pay tax on that if you've got mileage you can deduct, music you can deduct, gear you can deduct? Don't pay more than you have to. So that's one of the biggest advantages of why you should file this paperwork and go ahead and get started in the process. Even if you don't plan on being a full-time DJ, file the business name. It gives you some protection, and it gives you some advantages on your tax code and tax liabilities. You know, if you have a full-time job, a business loss can take away from your tax liabilities from your full-time job. So take advantage of all these little, I don't want to call them loopholes, but it's the tax code. That's the way it's written. They wrote it for this purpose. So take advantage of that. Keep the questions coming. I really enjoy answering them. We've got another episode coming up here shortly, and we're going to be moving on from the business. We're going to start talking about building a business plan, and we have marketing coming up, and then everyone's been asking and asking and asking, and I promise I'm going to answer the pricing questions, but I'm going to wait for the series on pricing. I've got a lot of philosophies on pricing, and I can't wait to share those with you. But please, again, keep your questions coming. I look forward to more of them. My name's Chad Alan Wandel, and this has been DJ TV.